wanted all the time. Everything to everyone, they wait in line. Could there be another way to justify or justify? Now, we're like a shadow from the world, control your mind. All the focus in your rear will lock inside. Could there be another way to justify or justify?
Very good to be here. Sorry about the delay. Thanks to Chaotic Resemblance for bailing us out and letting us borrow a piece of expensive stuff. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're going to keep playing some tunes. We're going to become friends if we're not friends already. For those of you who we're friends with, thank you very much for still being here. I know it's been a long day of music. Thanks to all the bands and artists that played. Thanks to everyone that had anything to do with putting this together. This is so much work. Give them a hand if you would. All right. Happy birthday, Bowie. Thank you for having parents that care about you and drove you 7.5 hours to be here for your birthday. This is the birthday song. I'll only be brief about this. Normally there would be a couple more faces in the crowd tonight. It would be Russell McGowan and his wife. They would be here tonight. What a great human being. And it's that same phrase that people hear, like, taken from this world too soon. He is one of the biggest supporters of what this is. Supporting the bands. He has multiple bands tattooed on his upper arm. I know that Chaotic Resemblance and The Protest is on there. I'm sure Spoken was gonna be. What a great example of what it is to use music as a tool to tell people about the love of Jesus. That's what Russell, that's his legacy. So this song is dedicated to any of his family, friends, bands who will no longer see him here on this side of heaven at a show, but one day, see him again. Hey, quick question. How many of you guys have, you have never seen Spoken play in your life? Like you've never seen us play? That's not true. I've heard that before too. I don't know who you are. How many of you guys have seen us like 10 times? Honest, photographers excluded. How many of you have seen us too many times?
Never.
There it is. That's no joke. Was the first show in 1996 when we first started? 1999. Clunk Records, is that what the first show? Hey, that's crazy. Claremore? The Mustard Tree in Claremore? Oh yeah, I remember that. Wow, I remember that night. One of the nights, Travis, who used to play in our band, he was from Pryor, Oklahoma. He was very thirsty after the third song or something, and he turns and grabs the only gallon jug he sees and starts chugging it, and it was Fog Machine. Oh, he deserved it. Anyway, thanks again for being here. We're going to play a few more songs. So I told them we were going to be out of the way at the end of our set time, because going over your set time, even if they didn't like, no, it's totally cool, man, when you leave, yeah.
You have an hour.
All right, there's an hour from when our set time started, so we're going to end perfect.
No.
We're going to end perfect. Hey, if you're a father, if you're a really cool uncle, if you're a really cool friend that treats kids with respect and you are fun to be around, maybe your grandpa, happy Father's Day to you. We're going to play a few more songs. We believe in Jesus Christ, that He's the Son of God, He's the Savior of this world. He is hope, He is peace, comfort, joy, kindness. He is everything that we should aspire to be in this life. And that's the thing, aspire to be, because we're not there. Guilty, as all get out, right here. But I love Jesus, and I want to be better. And thanks again for everything. We're going to play... Here we go.
Power!
thanks again for being here. I need to tell you a quick little story about our merch. It's right there. Some of you have already walked over there and you're like, what? And you walked away. Hey, it's good and bad to sell out of stuff, all right? Mostly bad. But I don't know, we were in Ohio last week and I had made some stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not an artist. I had a can of spray paint, some stencils from Walmart, some Goodwill shirts, and some records from Collectomania. That's what I had. I made some stuff. I'm an artist tonight. There's not much there, so if it's a gag gift, I don't care. But there's not much. I would love it if you would selfishly buy it all. You could say that. Why? Yeah, it's personal touch. Anyway, buy it all. It'll help us travel and stuff like that. There's also a tip box. You could drop hundreds in there. What are you laughing at? Thanks again. We truly, it's such an honor to be here, such an honor to be able to play music. It's so great for me, selfishly, to have my family with me. It's my Father's Day present. 2 more songs. Jared, thank you for playing again with us. We appreciate it. This is only the second show. It's only the second show with us. You did a fine job. Thank you. You're a cool hang. Come talk to him afterwards. I'm leaving. Hey, and also, some people have been asking whatever tonight, and they send these Facebook things, and they want to know about new music. We're working on it. And there's a lot of songs in the works that are going to be recorded soon, and there'll be another record. So, thanks again. We're going to keep going. This is it. Chad Fitter, this is yours. If you know this song, please sing it. Hey, I'd like to say thank you so much to Rocco Salvation Radio, Calvary, Stonewall Static. Thank you guys for all the sound, the lights, making it sound and look really good and much better than this actually is. We appreciate it. If you're driving home tonight, be safe. If you're staying in town tonight, go check out Andy's Frozen Custard. Where? Ice Creamery, that's fine too. Never heard of it. Go to a Freddy's. If there's a Freddy's close, hit up the Freddy's. Thanks again. My family and I are going to take off to Tulsa here in a few. So if you want those one-of-a-kind art pieces, you need to go there now. Thanks again for everything. Thanks everyone for providing the food, taking care of lodging, and taking care of all the bands so much. All the bands that played, artists, thank you. We truly do appreciate it. Be sure and sign up for whatever for next year. Hopefully this happens again next year. And what do you think about it being in the air conditioning tonight? I got a vent that's been blowing on me this whole time. I'm about it. All right, we're over our time. We got one minute. We're gonna play part of this song. Go for it. Thanks again.